Hi and welcome back to Cheeky Crypto. My name's Chris and it's fantastic to have you back with us for another video. And in today's video we're going to take a look at Vechain. It feels like it's been some time since I've done a Vechain video, but there's lots to talk about. There's lots of happening, new partnerships, and yeah, look, right, I recently covered Vechain in my top utility, real world utility projects in the space, and I'm going to cover some of the reasons why I included it, because this one is one that you don't want to miss out on. I'm telling you, not financial advice, it's just my opinion, but you know, you should definitely go and FOMO into some research on Vechain. That is for sure. If you enjoy this sort of content, mash up the like button, subscribe if you haven't subscribed already, tap in that bell, selecting all the notifications so you never miss a video, and don't forget to jump in the Discord. Link is in the description of this video. You won't regret going into the Discord. It's absolutely free to join. There's over 4,500 people talking about crypto 24/7, supporting one another, navigate this space safely, and that is so important in a bear market. Right, let's get down to the desktop. So the first article that I want to cover off is Vechain partnering with UCO Network. Now, there's going to be many people that haven't heard of UCO Network, and that is because they're really new. I think they're actually having their seeding round at the moment. Okay, so look, right, this is super early, but it aligns very much with Vechain's branding and push for being energy efficient, very green and friendly, but also, you know, focusing on projects with real world utility. And I think that is so important if you're going to be successful in this space. We talked about it a little bit on the Cardano interview with Charles Hoskinson around, you know, the type of user that you're looking for. And Vechain at the moment have, you know, their biggest use case obviously being logistics, heavily focused on a different kind of front end user, right, rather than a speculative investor, for example, although they have many other use cases. But you know, the real world aspect of things is what makes me really bullish on projects, that being like Vechain, Cardano, and various others, right? But Vechain is right up there, and I don't want people to miss out on this, what I believe is an opportunity. Obviously not financial advice. I'm not encouraging anybody to go purchase any of these projects. What I am encouraging you to do is FOMO into some research, right? It's really important to do your own research and make sure validate everything that I'm telling you is accurate, right? But there's a time where, you know, projects, and you could look back at Amazon. I use Amazon as a really good example, right? When all the prices are down, as in like a bear market within cryptocurrency, for example, and the same in the stock market with Amazon, all the internal metrics can be up, yeah, and the price can still be down. And we saw this with Amazon, and you look at how well Amazon's gone on to do. And don't get me wrong, you know, not all these projects are going to go on and do really well like Amazon did, but there are ones that really do stand out like a sore thumb to me, Vechain being one of them. Their metrics are all on the up. I highlighted the same with Cardano the other day. All their internal metrics are up, you know, social interaction, all that, you know, stuff is up, you know, transaction volume. We highlighted this with Vechain, like I think it was over 7,000 or 9,000 transactions within like 3 hours, for example, just from one partner. So look, I think there's lots going on, but this is another partnership that, you know, should be talked about, right? Because UCO Network are basically recycling, and you know, I'm very new to looking at this project, but they're recycling cooking oil, right, and using it as biofuel. So this is, you know, fantastic. There's a business behind it that, you know, is already turning over, you know, some you know, capital, and I think this is going to be one that goes on to do really well, and it's super early. I mean, I think it's in seed rounds at the moment, but you know, that might be another subject to talk about at some point. Maybe there's some investment opportunities. But look, you know, this aligns with, you know, being eco-friendly and all this sort of stuff. Renewable energy is something that, you know, is heavily focused on. So I really like this partnership. I think both of these projects are probably going to do really well, and you should probably spend the time researching both. That's my humble opinion. Let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comments below, right? Moving on, and you know, this is a pretty bullish headline, right? Vechain is set up for a $4 trillion metaverse market with exo worlds and other partners. Investment chance is the question here as the headline, but the team behind the project also launched Vechain has NFTs, an all-inclusive community meant to advance the interest of the NFT ecosystem. There's an awful lot going on. I'm not going to get into the actual article itself, but what I would say is metaverse is going to be absolutely huge, and maybe there's an opportunity for Nick and myself to get our avatar clothing in this metaverse on Vechain. Now, wouldn't that be something? Maybe we'll look at that. Let us know in the comments below what your thoughts and opinions are. But this again, I mentioned about real world use case and the type of investor or user that Vechain is currently after. This kind of gets that other group. This gets the speculative investor heavily integrated in Vechain. So I do like seeing this sort of stuff. I'm not saying that they're solely focused on one particular type of investor or user. I think they're going after like the whole shebang. I do rate this project massively. I do encourage everybody that doesn't know about Vechain to actually go and do some research on it. Moving on, and we've got Vechain social mentions hit a peak in Q3 of 2022 with strong bullish sentiment. Now, again, I mentioned about metrics can be internal metrics can be on the up when price is down, and I think there's a few projects where this is the case. Vechain is one of those projects, so I wanted to highlight this because I think this is really bullish and very important to be aware of. Now, the next thing that I wanted to cover off again is something that I do look at when I look at projects, and this is about making sure, particularly in a bear phase of a crypto winter, that the project has got good investment, right? It's got the funds available to get by in a prolonged bear market. So important when we all kind of say and all kind of have this opinion of the fact that many altcoins are gonna basically die off and go to zero and be worthless. So it's important that if we're going to invest our money as retail investors, that we make sure these projects have good funding behind them. And that's one thing that I'm really proud to say that Vechain has, right? Vechain holds hundreds of millions in Bitcoin, Ethereum, Vechain and stable coins to become #1 blockchain project in the world. And that should just be bullish as a headline, right? And basically the Vechain Foundation's financial report for Q2 2022 shows that it holds $535 million worth of crypto reserves. The company's crypto valuation for Q2 2022 is 44% less than it was in Q1 2022. So again, this basically highlights the point that I was making earlier in the video, that projects can have huge potential, be technically more superior than when they were at their all-time high for price. And Vechain very much sits in that camp for me. Fundamentally and technically, it's more superior because of the upgrades that it's had than when it was at its all-time high. You've got more partnerships than when it was at its all-time high, more real-world utility since it was at its all-time high. And these are things that I think we as retail investors should look at before parting with any of our money. So look, don't take my word for it. Go do the research and back up what I'm saying with your own research, and then make your own investment decisions. That's really important. But again, just another article here, just Vechain Foundation reports 535 million in crypto reserves. Look, everybody's putting it out in their headlines. It's not BS, but it's something we should, as retail investors, keep an eye on with our projects. Make sure that their roadmaps have dates and milestones that you can hold the teams accountable to. Make sure that you're keeping an eye on those dates, and ask questions, ask difficult questions, because a solid project with great fundamentals that, is looking to be successful in this space, the team will answer those difficult questions. That is my opinion. Let me know your thoughts and opinions on Vechain. For me, it's an absolute solid play. I love this project. I expect it to do really well. But with all that said, I am expecting lower prices. So no FOMOing in. This is a time to go away, do your research, make sure the project resonates with you. Jump into our Patreon membership, find out what the buy zones are that we're highlighting, where basically we think the price is going to go down to, and then seek the opportunities that you wish to seek based on your own investment decisions. I'm not a financial advisor. This should be treated as educational purposes only, and I'm only giving my opinion here, and I can't give you financial advice. If you enjoyed today's video, mash up that like button, subscribe if you haven't subscribed already, tap in that bell, selecting all the notifications so you never miss a video, and I will catch you in the next one.